We let our friends borrow our apartment. They sold our stuff. Lied to everyone. Then blasted us online. It got ugly. My name's Jake. My wife Emily and I had just welcomed our newborn son, Noah. We decided to spend a couple of months with Emily's mom in Vermont to get some help during those early sleepless nights. Our apartment in Brooklyn would be empty, so we thought, why not let our friends Sarah and Mike sublet it? They needed a place, and we trusted them. Before leaving, we gave them a detailed list of our belongings, especially the kitchenware. Emily is a culinary enthusiast, and many items held sentimental value, like the couscous maker her mother gifted her. We emphasized the importance of these items and asked them to treat our home with care. Upon our return, the apartment looked clean. Almost too clean. As Emily unpacked, she noticed the couscous maker was missing. Puzzled, she checked for other items, the cast iron skillet, the vintage teapot, the set of Japanese knives, all gone. We contacted Sarah to ask about the missing items. She casually replied, "Oh, they were too dirty, and I couldn't clean them properly. I thought you'd prefer new ones." She had replaced the cast iron skillet with a cheap non-stick pan. No mention of the other items. I was furious. I called Mike, hoping he'd provide some clarity. He seemed indifferent, saying, "Sarah handled the kitchen stuff. I didn't think it was a big deal." Emily was devastated. Those items weren't just tools, they were memories. We invited them over to discuss the matter. During the conversation, Sarah remained unapologetic. She insisted she did us a favor by decluttering. Emily tried to explain the sentimental value, but Sarah dismissed it, saying, "They're just things." Our friendship was strained. We asked them to compensate for the lost items, but they refused. Mike even suggested we were overreacting. Feeling betrayed, we decided to cut ties. We thought that would be the end of it. We move on, they move out of our lives, and maybe, just maybe, we let the memory fade. But a week later, I get a text from my coworker Dave. He says, "Dude, why is your name being dragged on Nextdoor? I'm confused." I open the app, boom, there it is. A massive post titled, "Beware of this Brooklyn couple who scammed their friends." Guess who wrote it? Sarah. And it's a masterpiece of passive-aggressive gaslighting. She claimed we lured them into a scam sublet, exaggerated damages, and tried to extort them for old junk. She painted Emily as a neurotic hoarder. Me a manipulative, passive-aggressive landlord type. The comments mixed bag. Some neighbors defended us. Others took her side. Some just added popcorn emojis and said, "Sublet soap opera part 3 incoming." But one comment stood out, "Wait. Is this the same Sarah who got kicked out of the Carroll Gardens co-op last year?" What? That night, I went full detective. I started looking through local Facebook groups, Reddit threads, even Yelp reviews. Turns out, Sarah and Mike had a pattern. They bounce from one sublet to another, leave behind drama, and always play the victims. There were receipts, screenshots, even a voicemail from a landlord calling Mike a manipulative twit with no respect for people's homes. It was all there. I sat down with Emily and showed her. She didn't say a word for a full minute. Then she just whispered, "They played us." We debated going public, clapping back on Nextdoor, exposing them. But Emily said something that stuck with me: "If we go low, we're still in it. And I want out." So we didn't respond. We simply reported the post for defamation and waited. Nextdoor took it down 2 days later. But the damage was done. Our neighbors now saw us differently. Some looked away in the elevator. Others asked weirdly specific questions like, "So, what exactly happened with your cast iron pan?" We realized we had to reclaim our narrative, but not on next door. We started making small efforts, inviting neighbors over, sharing Noah's baby pictures, letting people see who we really were. Months passed. We started healing. Then one random Tuesday I get a letter. A small envelope. No return address. Inside, a short note. "We were wrong. She did this to us too. Just wanted you to know you're not alone. A former friend." Taped to the back of the note was a receipt. A thrift shop in Queens. And listed on it was a couscous maker. Our brand. Our model. Sold for $7.99. Drama. It turns out, she didn't throw it away. She pawned our stuff. For what a couple of lats. Emily laughed when she saw the receipt. Not because it was funny, but because by then, we were finally done. Sometimes, the real drama doesn't come from strangers. It comes from people who smile in your living room and say, "Don't worry, we'll take care of everything." And sometimes, just life becomes full on drama faster than you can say, "Where's my skillet?" This was our story. But now we want to hear yours. What would you have done? Comment below. And remember, next time someone says, "Hey, can I borrow your place?" maybe ask, is this gonna be life, or drama?